Something had changed. Outside. Parliament Tower. Where I'd lived with Alice. It was out there. Waiting for me.
Alrighty, we're back. I am the biggest Steve. This is Alan Wake 2. We're back. We're gonna do some more Dark Place.
Who was writing who?
Good question.
Who was writing this poem? Me? No.
You done, Alan? Okay, cool. The writer of the first word, not the writer of the last. With the terror of the light and the shadows cast, the third eye now open to project the night, this is the moment to write. This is the ritual to lead you on. Your friends will meet him when you are gone. Nice intonation to that poem. But yes, I took a few days break, but we're back.
Stepping to the murder
I'm
site,
excited.
I felt it hanging in the air.
Excited.
Meaning, the violent emotion of the act.
I don't trust
Cloud of
this
wrath.
Casey. I'm just.
Dead
I don't know if I made that
eyes
clear enough in the last
staring at
part, but
something
I
you
don't trust
couldn't
him.
See, and yet making you aware of it.
It's a big ass
Something
shadow.
that soaked into this place on a
Tiny shadow in a big
molecular
shadow.
level, overlapping with your
Interesting.
meaningless existence. Regression to something
He
you had
talks
managed to forget.
almost as much as I do.
Marking you, taking you for a ride, making you crazier.
Can I see it from this side too? No. Okay. The echoes are interesting, though I fail to see. I guess they're like this version of the manuscript pages, but I'd rather just the manuscript pages, you know? I feel like I'm out of bullets. That's what I feel like. Where are we? From a pad back here. Interesting. Yeah, I feel like the
The station had changed. I was closer now.
where are you? What are you writing on the TV there, Alan? Yeah, don't forget it.
I'm outside time and space, outside reality. But this
Yeah, I got the time aspect now,
remember, it's dark
being that he saw Saga at the end of that last scene, but clearly, despite her finding him almost instantly after their interaction, things didn't go that quickly for him. We've got a whole other section now, at least once, you know, if not more. I'm gonna take this light with me, just for safety's sake. I think that'll be fine. I think that's a good choice, you know.
Parliament Tower. Our home in New York.
I want to take this one with me
Was I
too.
really this
Yes.
close to being home? Going up to our apartment? Would I be home?
I
Or
don't think
was
so,
this just
Alan.
an echo of the real thing?
If you think that's
Even
the
then,
real
the murder
thing,
site had brought me one step closer to escape.
Alan, I've got serious doubts if you think this is the real thing, my dude. This is very clearly still part of the Dark Place. Here we go. What's Casey gonna have to say this time?
The writer.
The writer.
Maybe he was a victim.
Well, thank you.
The cult, using his words. Or maybe he was the monster behind it all. Either way, Alice Wake, his ex, she knew things.
Ex.
It was there in her art for all to see.
Okay.
A cry for help. The darkness she'd witnessed.
See, this is where
And that put her in danger.
my
Was Alice
knowledge
here?
of
In
the
the
first
story?
game being lacking really gonna come back to haunt me a little bit. Because I would have assumed they're still married, unless they are and she's only an ex in this version of reality. I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm gonna use the elevator. Elevator. I have so many charges in the lamp right now. I took 2 with me, but I think I've got like 4. Gosh dang cats. Always sneaking around in the background. Haunting. Oh my gosh, what are you both doing?
Alice's photo equipment.
This happened the last part.
Set to go off when the door opens.
Both the cats. Fan of Alan Wake too. I assume that's why they're in here. Okay. Wonder if there's gonna be more.
Leave me alone!
Oh,
Alice! Alice!
Alice. Oh, somebody threw a plate on the
Alice.
floor. Pick photos for exhibition posters.
This is a photo of Scratch.
How
How
do
did
you...
Alice get this?
Yeah, I was gonna
he
ask that
stalking her?
exact same question. How did Alice get a picture of Scratch? I had something under my leg. Concerned about the cat on the windowsill. That's a temptation of fate.
This is the door to my study, where I wrote my books.
I wonder if that
This
is
symbol
a
wasn't here before.
representation of the study that we go into when we're changing things in the story. Potentially. You read all these books, Alan? These all your stuff? I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know, man.
Alice's video camera.
I don't think my
No memory card inside.
subway key is going to be helpful with that. Video art, dock on screens, malt. Focal point of the dark place. Interesting. Are they implying that she was doing a piece on the dark place? Is that what he would be writing, or is that real? Part 1.
Alice's memory card.
Here we go. But this takes us into a different reality. Kind of like the Mr. Door TV set thing. Could be wrong. That's what I'm going with. That's what I'm going with. Alright, what have you got for me, Alan? Hey look, it's a real person, Alice. Put my flashlight away.
When I was
My torch.
younger, photography was everything to me. I moved to
Photography
New
was
York
everything.
thinking I'd make it as an artist. And then I met Alan. We had a good thing. We were both dedicated by our creative ambitions. The only
Dedicated
difference was
by
that
Al
Alan's
or
work
to
made
Al?
money. He brought me work when he could. I took his promo shots, created covers for his books.
Sounds like there's a
Sure
little
he
bit of
forced his
resentment
publisher into
there.
it. I was
Not
taking
active
photos, just
resentment,
not
but still resentment nonetheless.
my photos. And that gnawed at me. Things got complicated sometimes, but that's life, right? We
She
loved
seems
each
to be in a
other.
very dark room for somebody who was afraid of the dark.
Then Alan hit a block.
Sure did.
I brought out a meaner side of him. One I didn't like. I set up a trip to see a doctor in Washington. I didn't tell him until we got there.
And probably
We
not
argued.
something you keep hidden. You know?
Things went wrong. And he was just gone. Drowned, allegedly. It's easy for people to think it was my fault.
Okay.
I do too, sometimes.
So I'm guessing they didn't reconnect at some point in the first game. Or at least not actively.
About 6 years ago, I started hearing noises in the night.
Right.
Typewriter keys clacking. Voices.
Probably leave at that point.
Alan was back. Haunting me.
All the lights flashing in her background. I don't think it was Alan that was haunting you, Ms. Alice.
Then it got violent.
You think they just picked the first two A names they could find?
It was Alan,
Two AL names.
and yet it was a monster.
That must be when she got the picture of Scratch. This is very long.
He always did have anger in him.
Probably a little bit too long.
I set up cameras around the apartment with motion sensors and
That's
flashes.
what the front door thing was.
Now, when the monster comes, I turn it into art.
Oh, I
My
saw
nightmares
something
gone on
wiggly
film.
on the edge of my vision there.
And this is the focus of my new exhibition. To show people the world is so much darker than they ever knew.
Maybe be more concerned
I'm
about
calling this exhibit the dark place.
the light flashing in the background of your recording. That seems concerning to me.
Alice. Scratch was terrorizing her. Why?
The dark place. The art of Alice Wake. Yeah, here we go. Into it. Maybe not the most choice decision to go into another cutscene out of that. I guess we're starting this chapter off a bit slow. Well, we started last chapter off slow too. The Alan Wake sections have started off slower.
I sat in the writer's room and wrote a story.
I will say when I got to the gameplay, they were
Initiation.
just straight gameplay. But
To project myself through the dark place, to look for a way out. The story had brought me here, brought me nowhere. Looped me back. I was writing the story. And in the story, I now stepped into the writer's room. But there was no one here writing it.
yes, because you need to go and write. Clearly. Unless... It kind of looks like you may be dead. Oh. That is a bullet wound in his forehead. Here we go. Return. Return is Saga's story. Aha. Well, I'm not gonna give you guys a 12-minute episode. Alright. 20 minutes probably. Let's keep going. We'll get to the end of the next part, I think. This is very dramatic. Very dramatic indeed. Back-to-back achievements. How exciting. This must be where he got pulled out of the dark place then? Okay.
Okay, let's recap what you've told us so far, Ellen. For the past 13 years, you've been trapped in a nightmare dimension called the Dark Place.
Yeah.
It's like New York, but it's not New York. And can be reached from the bottom of Cauldron Lake, but it's not really under the lake. And after all this time, you've managed to get out.
Yeah.
But so has your evil doppelganger.
Saga
Is
asked him the
Scratch,
hard-hitting questions,
or
and
is it the
Casey
dark
looking
presence?
very doubtful.
Both. It's interchangeable. He's Scratch when he looks like me, but he can change into this other form.
And Scratch, the dark presence, wants to rewrite the world in his own image.
Which would be in your image, as he looks just like you.
And turn the world into a fucking nightmare.
During Deerfest, which is scheduled to take place in a couple of days. You got out of the dark place by writing a novel, the pages we've been finding. But your double edited it into a horror story that's now changing reality, taking over people,
Yeah.
making them crazy, bringing the dark place
Yeah.
to Bright Falls.
Why is that so hard to
Yes.
understand?
Fiction coming in contact with the dark place can change reality. The story is coming true, soaking into everything like darkness when night falls. But last time
This will be back in 2010.
yes, last time it didn't happen all at once. The story came true bit by bit as it unfolded. And that dark presence was still bound to the lake. I stopped it before it got the ending it wanted. Before it broke free. Based on that, there's still time.
Which brings us to your magical light switch.
The clicker.
Which I had full of charges, but
Cover it.
apparently doesn't
Scratch
need.
wants it to bring about his ending. That can't happen.
Didn't need all the charges for.
If I can get the clicker, I can send him back to the dark place, make all this shit go away.
Right. I can understand their hesitance to trust this man.
I know it's batshit crazy. My memory is full of holes, and I'm not sure how much I can trust. It's like a half-forgotten dream.
Hey, look, another deer head we can pat. Oh, drinking coffee in unison.
Mr. Wake,
Mr. Wake.
Alan,
Alan.
we've seen our share of batshit crazy in the past 24 hours. What I want to know is, why am I? Why are we written into the story?
I think I saw you. Or a vision of you. in the
You
dark
definitely saw
place.
visions of Casey in the dark place.
I think you helped me reach out and escape somehow. With that in the story, Scratch would have edited it to get to you. To hurt you. We are all in danger.
Looks like he's been punched in the left eye. One very bruised eye socket. Oh, we get to play Saga again. Alrighty. I can get behind that. I was missing some Saga sections.
And there's so much of it.
There's a bit of it. There's some stuff going on. Alright, let's before we talk to Alan Wake, let's have a quick squiz around the place. See if there's anything I can actively steal from myself. Oh, there's a save point. Shoebox. Well, there's some stuff in here. Saves you from death. Right, painkillers, first aid. These are stuff I put in here. I probably don't need to put anything else away, I guess. Maybe the propane tank. I feel like I'm going to use that. Probably don't need all of these flares either, quite honestly. I'm going to use this charm. No. Okay. Okay. I can't reload the shotgun, that's fine. Cool. Let's have a look over this side of the room. Nothing. Nothing. Can I pat this? I can.
You were a handsome deer.
The dream. Gonna pat all the dang mounted deer heads. Alright.
Have you ever heard of the cult of the tree?
Creepy bunch. In the habit of wearing deer masks, performing murder rituals, victims turning into monsters possessed by darkness, possibly inspired by a horror story written by a certain author.
That's very
Ring any
accusatory.
bells?
The cult. Yes. Yes. They have the clicker.
It's very specific. How do you know they have
If
the
the
clicker?
cult has the clicker, does that make them Scratch's followers?
I mean,
How are you so
the
certain they even
other
have the
FBI
clicker?
agent was definitely looking for the
could be.
clicker.
Working for Scratch. I don't remember. It's all confused.
Alan, if I'm gonna act on this information, you need to be honest with me.
Yeah, of course.
Is he confused? Or is he hiding something?
I think he's just confused, quite honestly.
Wake said the cult has the clicker. How does he know?
The writer is the reader. The next chapter, the next chapter, the next chapter. Keep the pages safe. The
Does mean
dark
the sheriff's still
shining
stuck in the
with
dark
words.
place, though?
Wake is hiding pages.
So I don't feel like he needed to be.
That's how he
stuck
knows
there.
the cult has the clicker. Wake has a double. Mr. Scratch. Where is he now?
Where is he
Cloud
now?
breath, where's my face? The dark place in your place. Scratching out my body of work.
Scratch is here. In Washington.
Profiling
He's hunting Wake.
voices are very devoid of emotion.
Scratch looks just like Wake. Why?
Don't wake up the dreamer if your life is a dream. I swam to the shore, but the water is rising.
Wake and Scratch are clearly connected. Maybe Scratch got out because
Clearly.
Wake did. Or vice versa.
Alright. Could probably go to the case board. What do we got? We've got stuff for everything. Alright, well.
Wake just gave us a lot of information. But this clicker seems like a good place to start. If we find that, then we find the cult.
I don't think the Alan Wake interview is going to give me much help on the Casey lunchboxes. Holt is in possession of the clicker. I was already looking into the cult. Two birds, one stone.
Yes,
Read a manuscript.
Yes.
Okay.
they have the clicker.
Okay, we found 6 of 8, which isn't too bad. I didn't mean to close out of that. We're putting all the case files on the wall. Dang it. Old stashes. Two more in that area. Okay, that's not too bad. The story.
The pages we've been finding are from a horror story called Return, written by Alan Wake.
Yes.
And the contents of this book are coming true.
Which is slightly different to Initiation. Which
Why
is
couldn't it have been
Wake's
romance?
story. Why couldn't it have been romance? You're married, Saga. What kind of romance novel do you need, honestly? How does the story change reality? Rules the dark place. Okay. Or the dark place. Called the Dark Presence. Okay. Wake was trapped in the dark place for 13 years. Story changes our reality bit by bit. The process is gradual. Okay, we've got a lot of things for this.
Doesn't look right.
Scratch and the dark presence are interchangeable. Flashlight seems to weaken the taken. In the form of Scratch, the dark presence is editing Wake's story. Wants to turn the world into a freaking nightmare. Wake coming into contact with the dark place has the power to change reality. Okay. How to stop the story. There's a lot of stuff going on here. Let's get the clicker back before Scratch. With it, the story can be changed. The clicker. There are so many things. And stop at Scratch. We use the story to permanently change reality at the start of Deerfest. Some other strange reality. The dark place merged with ours. I don't mean to do that, but that's fine. The overlap. There's a lot of stuff going on right now. Holy heck. There's a lot of scratches going on down the bottom of this wall. Okay. Now, where does the flashlight go? Okay, there. Lighten the dark presence. Okay, so we haven't got... This is the story. Alright. I should have known this one was going to have a lot of things to it, but I didn't expect it to have that many things to it. Alright, what do we got? The cult could be follows a scratch. They have the clicker after all. Who's involved? Cult goal. Cult working for / with someone. Again, this is also very full of stuff. Murder at Cauldron Lake.
Nightingale goes missing for 13 years, shows up murdered, and then turns into a monster. After I stop Nightingale, a rider who's also been missing for 13 years turns up. What's the connection?
Coincidence?
What
I
kind of
think
case is
not.
this?
Case closed. Alright.
Okay, Mr. Wake. I know you have more pages of the manuscript on you.
You don't understand how vital these pages are. They're the only way I can know what's coming.
You're not the only one trying to solve this. This is our job.
Okay.
I would also like the pages that the
This
sheriff
is
was going to
all
give me.
I have. Be careful with them.
E.
Inside the trailer, at the outskirts of Watery, Saga had seen Wake's fabled clicker for the first time, in the hands of the Cult of the Tree.
Aha.
A cultist stared at
That
her.
explains why he knew that
She
the
drew a
cultists
weapon.
had them. Alright, I have a cold. It may not sound like it, but my nose is incredibly congested. I'm trying to keep myself breathing. Okay. Back into this place.
Standing inside the trailer,
Oh, no,
at the
I
outskirts
don't-
of Watery, Saga
I read
had
it.
seen
Okay, I don't need the cutscene. Learn more about the clicker. Except there's probably... Trail of the cult. Okay.
The Cult of the Tree has the clicker Wake told me about. They're a part of all this.
Wake's clicker in cult possession, somewhere in Watery, trailer significant somehow. What do you mean somehow? It's literally the key point in that
It's all on the page.
discussion.
The clicker, the cult. Okay, I'll head to Watery and find this trailer. Casey, you stay here and keep an eye on Mr. Wake.
Yeah,
Got
Casey.
it.
No, you need me there.
No dice, pal. This is an FBI investigation, and I don't see a badge on that flannel.
Now when you can switch between Alan and Saga's stories via the bucket in the janitor's break room. Interesting. Okay. Well, I want to play as Saga. So that's who we're focusing on at the moment, because I did enjoy her section somewhat more than I enjoyed Alan Wake's section.
Okay. Past favorite
You're
Deer
a very intense looking man.
The yarn puppet monstrosity.
Stuffed moose and squirrels one.
No, thank you. Those beady dead marble eyes still
Alright.
give me nightmares.
So, do I want to rob the hotel first? I kind of want to rob the hotel first.
I can't force it open.
They're not going to let me rob the hotel, are they? Or the lodge? Oh, just going into other people's rooms. Very good. It says FBI. Is this one of our rooms? I guess so. This may in fact be my own room. I am not wearing my FBI jacket right now. There's a good potential it's my own room. Death Rally. Okay. Why is there a guitar on the pool table? That lady has been knocking for a minute. Cauldron Lake. Look into news and rumors. Focus on 2010. Cross-reference with old case files from the NYC cult. Similarities, commonalities in methodology. Part of series. Find out name of good coffee from diner. I assume this is Casey's room. Ah, yes, Pistols magazine. That's my favorite bedtime reading.
Discount on keychains and propane tanks. Welcome to Coffee World. We guarantee you'll jaw a great time.
Okay. Do not disturb. And I'm all about disturbing. Alright. Jesus, Tammy didn't want me to come, I can tell. Not like the trip is even helping. I thought getting out of the city would inspire me, but Falls is just a bunch of trees and empty storefronts. I need to find something. I'm tired of writing one-act plays about how shitty the world is. I thought some scathing social commentary would make me feel like a real artist. But I don't know. It's not me. I want to write something weird, something really out there, something authentic. But what? Fuck this town. I don't even want to get into what happened last night. It's weird, though, sitting here in the hotel room. Some pieces are starting to fall together. An idea for a new play, a space cult burning down the galaxy in some misguided search for TBD. A lone man, an artist, wandering the stars until his destiny puts him straight in the cult's path. All black cast, a musical, a rock opera. Oh yeah. Rock operas all day, every day. Manuscript page? Seems like a weird place for it to be. The victim was one of their own, FBI Special Agent Robert Nightingale, gone missing here 13 years ago. Now he'd suddenly turned up, only to be murdered in a brutal and bloody ritual on the very day of their arrival. And then there was the page. This page. The first page they had found, not the last. First step down into the terrifying depths and secret truths beyond the threshold. Reading these words, that's...
Ed hadn't been the same
I was
since
reading
his
the wrong
latest
one.
show had closed. This wasn't the first time one of his productions had shuttered early. Scathing social commentary in a one-act play wasn't exactly filling seats. When Tammy told him she was taking a
I was
research
reading
trip
the
to
wrong
Bright
one.
Falls, he decided to tag along. Ed told her he wanted to find inspiration. Really, he just wanted a break from the city. But it was true that he certainly needed to find something. A voice, a direction, an idea, something authentic to himself. Ed knew he couldn't keep using Tammy's money to fund his playwriting. After the argument with Tammy, Ed stormed out of the diner and drove their rental car back to Cauldron Lake to prove a point. Now standing in the dark woods, the sun hidden by the trees, Ed wished he could remember what that point was.
Oh,
Something about
Eddie.
masculinity. He cursed at himself and turned to go. Suddenly, he was blinded by a light in his face. Voices shouted and hands pushed him to the ground. Ed struggled, in vain.
Oh no. Oh no. Poor Eddie. Eddie sounds like he's gonna get beat down. There's another manuscript page. There's two in here. Tammy rides the ferry.
Tammy tapped her pen on her notebook. Alan Wake had ridden this same ferry into town when he arrived. This was his entry into Bright Falls.
Were
His
these
first
the
steps across the
couple that
threshold.
we met
She wrote that down.
at the
She
diner?
always found it helpful to walk in the victim's shoes, do what they did.
She was an
see
investigative
what they saw.
journalist.
It added great color to the book. Tammy felt raindrops on her face. God, again? She pulled up her hood. The rain just kept coming.
Oh, the
She
rain
missed New
keeps
York.
coming and it don't stop
So far,
coming.
this hadn't been the simple research trip she pictured. First the incident at the lake, then the fight with Ed.
Now it sounds like
It's
Ed
not
might
surprising
die.
Tempers got hot. They were both on edge after what had happened. Tammy had said some things she regretted. She looked out over the harbor. A chill passed through her. She hoped Ed wouldn't do anything stupid.
Ed is definitely doing something stupid, Tammy. I'm sorry. But them's the breaks. Also, why is this room just open?
Hello?
Hello. And that man is cleaning that window.
It's not opening.
Alright. That's enough snooping, stealing, running around.
This is the third time I've requested something be done about the TV in my room. It keeps going on by itself. It's keeping me awake all night.
Yes, sir, I'm terribly sorry.
What the
I brought my full kit along.
heck happened to this car? It is very dirty.
You didn't forget to pack the EMF reader, did you?
Oh,
Why would
the
I pack
ghost
your
hunters.
gear? I've got my own to worry about.
Right. Right. Where do we park our car? Is this our car? This is our car. Watery. Let's go to Watery. I should have a fair few manuscript pages to upgrade Saga's guns to...
Yeah, Anderson, I didn't want to say this in front of Wake, but are you sure this is a good idea? Going on your own?
Assuming we believe the page, I need to check this out. We need to find the cult. Anyone we meet here could be a member. And this Scratch guy.
The evil doppelganger? Must be true, or else this guy can't write for shit.
The quality of his writing aside, if this page turns out to be true like the rest have, this could be a breakthrough. We might solve this
Isn't
thing
he,
before
like,
backup even arrives.
known as a good writer?
Yeah, but they're taking their time, so
They're just shitting
just
on
be
his
careful out
writing.
there.
Maybe Casey just, you know, really
Meanwhile,
took offense to being
I think me and Wake will
the
have a
character.
chat. Maybe I can shake something loose.
Maybe.
Okay.
I doubt it.
Remember what happened with the
But
salt
maybe.
shaker?
Maybe.
Yeah, real funny.
Real funny. Alright, Casey. You just check your attitude,
The
brother.
page placed me in a trailer, somewhere in Watery. I should ask around.
Local girl. Turn 3.
The flooding is even worse here.
What?
More like underwatery.
you
I'll have to tell Casey that one later.
maybe don't. Maybe keep that one to yourself.
What did you used to say your dream job?
No one. I mean, I giggled at it, so.
I don't know about all that.
Yeah, maybe I can't talk. I giggled at the dumb pun. That's, you know, I'm not the best judge of those things. I will laugh at literally anything. I am
Watery's
a
definitely
giggle pot.
quaint.
How's it going?
Fresh fish. There's a forklift here. This is a interesting area.
Hey, where?
Right, I wanted to... Manuscript pages. Weapon upgrade. This is the one I wanted. I've got 18. Increases reload speed, deals increased damage to enemies that are stunned, blind, or knocked down. Kill an enemy to restore health. Okay, what about the pistol? Increases magazine size by 50%. Yeah, I kind of like that. Look at that.
Saga had lost count of how many shots she'd fired, but she was sure it must have been more than she had in her magazine. And yet, she'd not run out of ammo, as if the magazine had grown to fit more bullets. She
That's
fired
cool.
again.
Little tidbit manuscript thing that's relevant to the upgrade you just got. That looks like a lovely person.
Well, they say being old is just a state of mind. I'd like to give them a piece of my mind.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't know if I'd say it's a state of mind always.
Mayor Seta will stand up for justice.
Will he now? Are you Mayor Setter? Just some dude. Okay, it's a campaign worker. Thank you for answering that question for me, game. The heck is going on here?
Okay then. Catchy tune.
I don't know if I'd say it's catchy. Moosefest meets Suomi Hall. Raffles, karaoke, and skids. I'm not gonna try and even say those words. Come on, come on. Coffee World. We learned about Coffee World earlier. Oh, Nessie. Interesting. Tom the Poet. A pinprick of light in an ocean of darkness. The dark doppelganger in the art of life of Thomas Zane. Discussing Zane's early career in Finland. Okay. Hello there.
Excuse me. Do you know where...
Hush! Archie's in the middle of a show.
I wonder if I'm the first FBI agent to ever get shushed.
Fuck up, Rogue. Rose. Wait, wasn't that the weird janitor dude? Was that in Wake's section or Saga's section? It was in Wake's section, wasn't it? The weird janitor dude. Rude. Alright. Oh, map. We'll take a map. Let's have a look at the map. Investigation, point of interest, conversation, new choices. There is a point of interest here still. Did I end up going in this room? No. Safe room. Okay. Was this the point of interest? That would make sense. Nah. Alright, there's something else. Interesting. There's a deer.
Such a shame.
Such a shame. Poor Mr. Mounted Deerhead. Such a shame. I think it's over this way. A very long performance from this man. I'm not sure what the point of interest is. I don't care that much. Realistically. You got conversation for me?
Hello. Do you have a second?
Ah, long time and no see, Miss Anderson.
What's the second person that
Thor
seems
and
to have
Odin
known
are
me?
Not here. They are old tricksters, always sneaking off.
Sorry. No, I wanted to ask you about something else. Can you point me to any trailers around here?
Sure. Watery Lighthouse Trailer Park. Ilmo Koskela owns it.
Of course Koskela owns
many
it.
things in town.
And where is Ilmo?
I saw Ilmo and his brother at the bridge. Well, what used to be the bridge.
Do you live around here?
I live
Should
in
I know
Bright
who this
Falls.
is?
You've seen me around. I am Mr. Blum. You call me Vladimir. I work at a nursing home. I take care of your old people. We are on
This is
date.
gonna be another Rose
music,
situation.
sauna, the good times. I bring them here in the bus.
The elderly are very important. And it's a very nice bus. Thanks.
I feel like that's another Rose situation where it's somebody who's like, yeah, we've met. When we clearly have not.
Oh, you rascal. What have you been up to this time around? There's only so many times I can keep fixing the same hole.
How does... I'd be concerned if the boat kept having the same hole turn up every single time. That seems deliberate. See you around. Oh, we're in the reeds. I want to go over there, though. Am I not allowed over there? I'm not allowed over there. Okay. Well, that's not what I want to hear. That's okay. Yeah, some of the same.
How are you?
You look suspicious. I don't trust you. Okay, is that like a boat trailer? I guess so. Again, don't trust you. Don't want to deal with you. What's this?
A trailer park. Ilmo Koskela. He's that tour guide we met at Cauldron Lake. Mom's family was from Sweden. I've always imagined it kind of like this. Saunas, lakes. Seems nice.
An interesting way to think of Sweden. What are you doing, sir?
Enjoying the sauna?
You bet. The steam is amazing on my creaky old joints. Yeah, I'm just waiting for Ati to wrap up his show so we can crack open some beers.
I've read that
Anya
taking a
Norman.
sauna is good for preventing dementia.
Yeah, and so is beer.
I don't
Ever
think beer's
heard
good
of
for
the
preventing
cult of the tree?
dementia, Norman.
The half
Just
deer,
quietly.
half man monsters? Oh, sure, I've heard of them. They're the reason I can't risk taking walks in the forest anymore. If one of them shows up, how am I supposed to get away?
Yeah, you.
I can't run with a bad hip.
I'm sure
I'd
you're
be
the kind of
killed
person
for
they're after there,
Could
Norman.
maybe use my crutches to defend myself. Do you think that'd work? You're the professional.
Probably smart just to stay in the sauna for now.
Yep. Okay, fair enough. Stay in the sauna. What the?
They say if a sauna doesn't fix what ails ya, you're a goner.
That's a very negative way of looking at the world. Silence is golden. That's far more up my alley. Imagine going to the sauna, some dude just wants to talk to you about how good the sauna is. Maybe that's a me thing. Maybe I'm the problem. What do we got? Trauma pad? I guess so.
Whew. Hot.
This is indeed a sauna. Alright, fair enough. I don't know about that door opening both ways. What do I know? Is there anything immediately that I missed? No, just the locked door and the point of interest, but that's fine. Coffee World. Coffee World looks like a large area. I'm gonna go out on a limb and believe that Coffee World is probably going to be full of cultists.
Hey, Saga!
I'll be with you in a moment, Yilmo. I've still got things to explore. Okay. Alright, don't be pushy, Yilmo. Alright? I'm a busy woman. I have things to steal. As an upstanding officer of the law. Like people's shotgun shells. They don't belong to them, they belong to me. They are my shotgun shells. You got anything for me to steal, sir? No? Alright, now we can go to Yilmo. Now we can go to him. I wonder how long this chapter section is going to be after the Alan Wake chapter 3 was unbelievably tiny. I wonder. A lot going on over here. Oh, it's both of them.
Another satisfied customer.
I
just hope he remembers to write a good review on the webpage.
Oh, they're talking about a customer.
Great to see you back in Watery, Saga. Everyone in town missed you.
Super nice to see you again, Saga.
They act like they've known me for years.
Yeah, I was going to say,
This keeps happening.
she has never been here.
Are you familiar with the cult of the tree?
Yeah, we always thought it was an urban legend. Kids drawing creepy symbols to scare each other, but,
Understandable.
now it's gotten pretty damn real, huh? It's terrible what happened.
It has gotten a little bit real.
We're all in
Jaco.
shock.
Guillermo.
Well, we're looking into it. Hoping to get things
Jaco
back to
has a
normal soon.
very full
We're all for
beard.
that.
I appreciate that.
As normal as it ever gets around here.
You own the trailer park, right?
Yes.
Mind if I take a look inside?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the owner of the Watery Lighthouse Trailer Park, me, can help you with that. It's good to have
He's
our vice
humble.
president back.
I'll give him that.
Yes, it
He's
is.
very humble.
I don't understand what you mean.
If this is your way of getting out of any outstanding bills, don't worry. They've been handled.
Someone's
hard
written
coming
the
back to
reality
where you
here
had
to
your
have
little
had Saga be a resident.
It's like they remember a different reality.
I wonder if that's Scratch or
Is
if
the
that
horror
was
story
Wake.
messing with their memories?
I would assume it is, yes.
So what is Coffee World?
You mean you haven't seen our commercial for it? Coffee World is a smooth blend of rides, food, and fun. We even had a real moose. Until recently. Plus, right next to Coffee World is the
I
workshop
don't-
of our own Kalevala Knights.
I don't think a
motorcycle
moose
club.
is a good mascot
We're
for
busy building the floats for Deer
a
Fest.
coffee-themed
Don't go peeking,
amusement
though.
park.
You know, we're saving the big reveal for Deer Fest.
About your commercials.
So,
So,
They're more than commercials, Saga.
yeah, there's a whole lot of
Our
emotion
goal
put
is to
into
both
them.
entertain and educate local
They seem
viewers
to
about the
really
fine
care about
products
what they
and
were
services
saying
we
in the one I
provide.
watched.
And Yako here really comes alive in front of the camera. Really. Fuck off. I'm just there for the free beer.
Yeah, I was gonna
Not
say,
sure
Jaco
what
does
your
not seem like he
excuse is.
comes alive in
Hey,
front of that
I'm
camera.
Writer, producer, co-lead, director.
Again, very
Do
humble.
yourself a
The
favor and,
humility is baffling in
them
these
out.
men.
profiling will help me find a way forward.
Will it? Will it now, or first? Fact versus fiction.
Wake says the story will change reality around us. If that's true, then I need to know what's real and what's fiction.
Well, they all seem to think you live here. Yeah, that's right. Someone did think Logan was dead, so that is a problem.
Thinks
Coskellas.
the cult is just an urban legend.
They, to be fair, most of them seem to think the cult is an urban legend, which means they probably are all part of the cult.
Sound the alarm, brother. Gather the troops, brother. Yako, the shadow of the forest is creeping closer.
These guys seem
They
like
don't think
nutters.
it's an urban legend at all. They understand it's dangerous.
I would be surprised if they didn't.
Ilmo made it sound like I lived here.
Did you?
Does he really believe that?
Light, laughter, and love will guide you home. Saga and her daughter. Oh boy. Happy faces raise property value.
There does seem to
Family
be a
comes first.
thread,
We
a
take
story
care of the
thread going
trailer
on with her
while she's
daughter.
gone. She's
Don't
one
know
of us,
quite
Yako.
what it is just
Spare key
yet,
is safe inside.
but we'll get there.
Koskela brothers have happy memories of me living here. This must be the story affecting them. I'll play along for now. I need the key to that trailer.
I would think they... See, I don't even know if it's... See, I've got my doubts about whether or not they actually are being affected by the story, if they're aware that they are being affected by a story.
A trailer park is a good place to look for a trailer. Keep it
Let's
simple,
say
Saga.
Watery Lighthouse Trailer Park. Bloom mentioned Yilmo Koskela owns a trailer park. Yilmo could tell me more. Okay. Apparently you keep getting a fair bit of stuff for all this. What is this? Okay, not that I could use it on anything. Ryan found at the river near Cauldron Lake. What? Yeah, there is more, because there was ones I couldn't get to. Okay. Do we have more to talk to you?
All joking aside, yes, I would like to see my trailer. Do you have a spare set of keys?
Good for you. Yeah, I have a spare set. They're just over at Coffee World. I'd get them
Why
for you,
would the
but Yako
keys
and I
be
have to head to Bright
at Coffee
Falls.
World?
The spare keys are in the gift shop safe. I'll call ahead and have someone get them out for you. Oh, the road's flooded, but if you just follow this trail behind me, it'll lead you there.
I don't know about taking a hiking trail when everything is flooded. Just quietly.
Flooding did this?
Yeah, I doubt that. There does seem to be a very high fixation on
There's
water
Coffee World.
in
Need
this
to get
one.
across the river.
Again, this hiking path doesn't seem safe, being how heavily flooded everything is right now. But what do I know? Flares. I'm sure the flares will come in handy at some point. Maybe. If I use them. Possibly. Whoa, what was that? I can hear something. I can hear it.
Fuck!
Who the hell's throwing hatchets at me?
FBI,
What
show
the
yourself.
fuck? Sorry. What the frick-a-frack? Sir, don't you be throwing hatchets at me. Theo, I don't like it. Are you behind me? How did you get there? Holy shit.
People turning into Taken.
Are they people?
Or the story.
Can I take their throwing hatchets? I would like their throwing hatchets, please. I used so many bullets just then. Oh my, but Jesus. Oh my day. Alright, where are we? We're up here. Oh, we are definitely taking the long way round. Okay. Alright, alright, alright. What's going on in this house? Okay, this will be a save point here. Alright. One, 3, 2.
Another locked box.
What does this one say? Hey, if you take the crossbow out, put it back in the stash when you're done. Yes, I changed the code as asked. Crossbow? Am I going to get a crossbow? Good question. Don't know. I'm going to change something here. I think there's going to be a fair bit to this section. I'm going to call it here, being that Alan Wake's sections ended sort of early and we're somewhat of the way into this part with Saga. I am going to record the next part probably straight away, but I am going to end this one here. So thank you all for watching. I appreciate it. I am the biggest Steve. This has been Alan Wake 2, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.
Some say that it lives forever, this road that I lose you on every time. Some say that it lives forever, this road. Some say that it lives forever, this road that I lose you on every time. Some say that it lives forever, this road. I can see you there, but you don't see me anywhere. I'm right in front of you, I'm right here on this long ending road.